Hello, I'm Julie Kay, and welcome to the second video in the series on emotions. And I'm here to declare that emotions are not bad, no matter how you were raised or what you were taught. They are a vital part of who we are. Not only are our thoughts important and our decisions important, our emotions connect with our thoughts and our decisions to do certain things for us. So I'm going to go over 4 more things that they do for us so that we can hopefully destroy that lie that emotions and the expression of emotions is bad. It is not. Yes, we all have to work on how we handle situations. I'm not at all arguing with that, but I'm here to talk about this so that then we can get on to how to deal with our emotions and use them for our benefit, because they are part of how God made us. So the first point I want to talk about today is that they are essential for our relationships and our communication. And then I want to make the second point pretty quickly, because then I'm going to refer to both of those with some illustrations here. Okay, but we need emotions to connect us. Think about getting with your best friend, your family, a big get-together, anything that you want to think of, and take away all emotions. Try to envision taking away all emotions. Anger, sadness, excitement, joy, happiness, anything of that sort, and take it all away. What do you think we would be like? What do you think that interaction with your friend, your family, that group would be like without any emotions? Sometimes, to be frank, at my church, which we are very much a friendly church and excitable church, excited for Jesus and our faith, we worship a whole lot. And yet sometimes I still feel like when I look around, it looks almost like people don't have any emotions. But that's not true, and it's not good, because that's what connects us. If we took it away, we would be like robots, wouldn't we? Maybe there's other ways to describe it than that, but that's how I would say it. And I certainly don't want to be around a bunch of robots. Yeah, they have their place in surgeries and so forth today, but I think we can all agree on that. So just envision that. And the second one I want to talk about is that actually emotions help us learn. So we think all of our learning has to do with our brain, right? Or our movement and our muscle memory with movement. Like I think of dancing, it takes muscle memory. And it's all about our thoughts, right? It's all about our intellect. No, emotions play a part. And this actually helped me to learn more the value of emotions, to realize this. So when you have strong emotions attached to an event that you participated in, you're more likely to remember it, and to remember it in detail and vividly. Think of, here's some examples. Football game. I'm not really into football or watching it. The emotions that are there are very strong, right? A lot of sad or angry emotions when your team is losing, a lot of happy, joyous shouting when your team's winning, and things like that, right? Church service, that's something I participate a lot in. That's a group of people coming together on a weekly basis, more than once a week. And a graduation is just something else I thought of. A funeral. What else? Concerts. Very filled with emotions usually, right? Music stirs up our emotions. But we remember the music, we remember the words better than we can memorize or learn a lot of other things, like going to school. Why? Because music stirs up our emotions and we connect with it emotionally, mentally, physically, and all around. So that's just to kind of bring it alive to you that if think of a specific memory you have of a group, getting together with a group of people for whatever reason, and you had strong emotions during that time. Again, maybe it was a game, maybe it was a concert, whatever it was, a funeral. Your emotions were very strong. Do you remember that event more than an event that you went to where you didn't feel much emotion? Do you remember what it looked like, what it felt like, who was around you more vividly? Most likely you do. That is kind of proof to the fact that emotions are also a part of us learning, not just our thinking, our intellect, our brain. And so I say our soul or our heart has mind, will, and emotions. Is how I was taught. We have a mind, thinking, and a will, our decisions, our desires, and our emotions. So that's all part of who we are, and they're not bad. Otherwise, we might as well say our thinking is bad. Automatically, the fact that we think is bad. The fact that we make decisions is bad. No, it's not. But I think it's important we talk about this so that we can learn to accept our emotions and other people's emotions and not get so bent out of shape over them, and realize that there's other things behind that we can learn from other people about their emotions, that they're expressing our own. We can learn from that, and we learn better with them. The third of the points today is that to say that emotions actually help our mental and physical health. So to suppress them actually hurts our health, and to express them and to let them come out and accept them and identify them can actually help to strengthen our immune system, foster a sense of well-being, and reduce stress. So those are some things we need, mental and physical health. Because again, going back to that second one, emotions are part of our memory and our experience of life. So if we try to suppress that or ignore them, we're suppressing memory, we're suppressing part of what we've experienced, and therefore bad experiences, hard experiences, terrible ones, traumatic ones won't get resolved without allowing the emotion and the thought and the memory of it to come up. I'm probably not explaining it the most technical way, but this is what I realized when I saw these points, and that it really is true. It really is true. And it really shows that we need them and that we need to learn from them, right? And learn how to properly share our emotions, and to know that we can, and not judge one another for them or stifle one another or tell people to get over them, but to learn from them and identify what's behind it. The fourth one has to do with that right there. And I think it's awesome how they actually shape our identity and our values. So our values, I can tell when I'm upset, frustrated, more of my passion, if you want to say, comes out, it has to do with my values, what's important to me. So when something's important to us, we're more likely going to have emotions, not just thoughts behind it. So they are attached to our values. They are a part of that. And so when we get in touch with our emotions, we can better understand what truly matters to us. To get in touch, to recognize, acknowledge, accept emotions that we feel can help us to get in touch with what is important. So this is teaching me, and I am going to explore my values more by thinking more about what I get more upset about. And, again, not all emotions that we like to experience, or other people want to experience us having. But if we care about somebody else and we see that they're upset about something, angry maybe about something we did that we didn't realize upset them, that means that's what's important to them. And if we really love that person, we will accept that, get to know that, and want to adjust maybe the way we do things for them, because we don't want to disturb their values and what's important to them. I'm very big on communication, and I get more upset, sad. When people aren't communicating, I'm more sad. I'm more sometimes angry or frustrated or what have you, because of not having either healthy communication or having no communication. And that's because communication is so important to me. It's the top thing I would like in my marriage, and that I would like my husband to improve on. And, that's because it matters to me a lot. So now, let's see, what's not as important to me, I don't know, this is just, I like gifts. It's not that I don't, or things, and I appreciate it. I had, people give me clothes and things. I appreciate that, but that's not as much important. So if somebody didn't give me a gift, it wouldn't hit me as much as if they didn't talk or say kind things or encouraging things to me. That matters more to me. So think about that with yourself. That can help you get in touch with your values if you're not already in touch with them. So I think that's really another really important part about emotions, how they connect with our thoughts and our decisions. Again, according to what I learned, and I do believe is true, who we are is 3 in 1, body, soul, and spirit. And within our soul, there are three more parts: mind, will, and emotions. So if the will is important, if the mind is acknowledged as part of who we are, then so is our emotions. So that's all I want to share today. On the next video, I'm going to begin to talk about what do we do with our emotions, how can we use them to help us and recognize them and things like that. Okay, so that's next. So hope you stay tuned and check out the next video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, so you can see the next videos coming up in this series, as well as all the other ones about grief and loss. I'm Julie Kay, helping you find your way through grief and loss. God bless, and bye-bye.